seems like in Europe, things do not open very early on a Sunday. It's 9 a.m. and I went to 3 different places that were open already, that I've been to already, and they were legitimately all closed. So I'm like walking the streets of Germany right now, Berlin, and there is like nothing's open. Literally like nothing's open. I even looked up a cafe, like a breakfast cafe, and it opens up at 10 a.m. I don't know if it's Sunday or if it's just in general. It's got to be because it's Sunday. I still haven't heard at the time of filming this video whether I'm gonna get my Instagram back. A lot of people messaging me and asking me, and I don't know. By far the craziest thing to me is just how much European smoke. It's everywhere. I couldn't live here because of it. There's plenty of things here that I don't really fuck with. I haven't been to all of Europe. I can only say so much. I think that maybe I'll enjoy Italy or Spain more. I think those will be my next 2 locations that I go to. Yeah, I finally found a place that's open, and I got myself a big freaking croissant and a sandwich. I really haven't been eating that well this trip, so. Hello. All right, I feel like I'm in slightly better spirits now. I'm actually half packed, or almost like fully packed, really. I figured out why I don't have any signal. It's because today is technically the 11th day of my Wi-Fi, or my eSIM that I bought. Anyway, we are at the bus stop right now. I'm gonna head to the Holocaust Memorial. Got myself a Coke Zero and a little bit of water. I'm still feeling sick. Yes, I still have a black eye. It's been a great trip. It has had some serious ups and downs. Black eye. I'm here trying to make the most of it on my last day before I travel tomorrow. I think the bus is getting here, so let's go. I've definitely found a very touristy area. I'm hearing a lot more languages. I'm hearing a lot more people talking English. There is a woman dressed in Mario Kart trying to sell flowers. I don't know why I said Mario Kart. I meant Mario. Brandenburg Gate, something like that. Let's get up there for a little bit of a closer look. It definitely looks like it has some connotation to World War II, maybe. I'm not really entirely sure, but there's a lot of police here, so this area is heavily guarded. Right, there's a girl like playing the violin over there. I love that building back there, the Hotel Adlin. I just like that architecture where it's green at the top. I think it looks really cool. I'm not sure who this person is here. It's a beautiful statue? Beautiful statue. This is the other side of the gate. I still don't know exactly what it is for. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comments. That being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. There seems to be some sort of festival going on. This is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen this in America. This dispenses sunscreen. Anybody can come and get some. That is so cool. All right, so after walking up and down this street past the concert, it seems like this area is, it's some sort of like fundraising festival. Like social issue fundraising. I can't even figure it. It's like an awareness thing. Like they're bringing, it's like all these tents are bringing awareness, some sort of issue in Europe. Like I walked past one that said something about like less planes, more trains. So I guess, you know, they're trying to reduce the emissions that, of course, I don't understand half of, like 90% of everything that they're doing. All I'm getting is context clues from what they're selling or petitioning for. Basically just, it's like tents to petition for some sort of social cause or social issue. So this thing caught my attention here. I'm not sure what it is, but it is some sort of a memorial to World War II. You can see the dates there, 1941, 1945. There's a missile launcher, and then you have a tank over here. They're doing some sort of social demonstration. I'm not sure what it's about. I can't tell if it's got something to do with forest or if it has something to do with the war. At one point they were hiding behind each of these blocks. In German, obviously they're speaking, but I don't know what it's about. She had on a mask earlier and she's putting it back on. I'm not sure what that's about. Another cultural demonstration that I just don't see in America. I saw something similar like this too in Amsterdam, but I really cannot stress enough how beautiful some of the trees and it's just a beautiful time of year in Europe. It's just very green and beautiful. Beautiful afternoon. A bit hot. I definitely could have worn shorts. Okay. So we have figured out what the memorial that I was looking at before was. So if I'm not mistaken, I think I am walking Tiergarten. So I even sat down for a second and just to plan my next step. I'm basically gonna go to the Jewish memorial here. It's just about a 5-minute walk real quick. And then I will eat something because I'm getting pretty hungry. Right, so I think this is where I was yesterday. Up here, it's like a dome that you can just look at Germany, 360 view. The German flag up at the top there. I have to be honest, I think that I'm really glad I'm vlogging that because had I stood there and read all of it, I think coming here just gives me great perspective that Germany knows what happened. They're not proud of it. They're not erasing it from the history books. We are our mistakes and we must own them. To think that World War II started in 1939, but the intensive as considered gypsies started in 1933. Forced sterilization follows in 1934. Upholstery camps set up in 1930, 1936 Olympic Games. Hundreds of people are interned. It turns out I was just sitting in the right place at the right time because a tour came up just as soon as I sat down. Explained a lot about what's going on. So this is the memorial, the 6 million Jews that were killed in World War II. This really didn't start happening until 1990. The fact that post World War II, the Soviet Union was the big enemy of the West. West Germany, London, or rather the UK. Instead of alienating the Nazi Germans of the past, what they did is they brought them on. In fact, one of the leading German Nazi rocket scientists to destroy cities like London in World War II was brought on as head of NASA. So that was really interesting to hear. Part of the history is that, well, where do we put this memorial, right? What they decided was to use this very central place, right in the middle, West Berlin, or rather West Germany and East Germany. Right behind me is a location of what was the Berlin Wall. This made it very central. The Brandenburg Gate back there that we saw already earlier in the video. And we also have, as I mentioned before, Tiergarten. Tiergarten. I'm gonna take you guys through the memorial a little bit and try to not cry Apparently you can sit on the stone as much as you want. However, you cannot stand on it. Let's give it a shot. So I gotta say, before I showed up, I expected to come and find names written all over the stone, just everywhere. But that is not the case. As I'm standing, this stone is very tall. You can maybe even hear the echo that's coming through my voice as I walk in between the pillars. There's definitely a lot of interpretation here. I mean, feeling like you're towered over. I mean, this is tall, right? Like where I'm standing, like this is really tall, and you can't really tell from this where I was just sitting. It's like something is towering over you and essentially making you feel small. This pillar's not as tall, but definitely in between certain spaces, I feel like a sense of overwhelmness, like there's a shadow over me, you know? I mean, you're deep below. Reading about genocide definitely got me a little bit more than walking through here. I'd say one of the best things I've seen on this entire trip. Look, if anything, I have to give it to Germany. The buildings, beautiful. Berlin has some incredible architecture. This is from far away. Let's take you guys a little closer. There's all of this to go. The truth is, I was supposed to do all of this yesterday, but I still haven't heard back from Instagram. I'm just not even gonna think about it anymore. I don't think not think about it is the right terminology. It's more like I'm just expecting nothing. My mind is, my Instagram account is gone and I'll have to start over. And if I do, I do. And if I don't, that'll be amazing. That'll be great. And I'll be so relieved and so happy. So I wish I could be your tour guide and tell you what's going on, but I can't because I don't know. But there seems to be some sort of church back there. And behind me, or in front of me rather, is Humboldt University. I don't think it's actually just that building over there. It looks like it's all of this. The last video for a little bit because my phone's dying and I am ready to eat. Amici. Supposedly this is a good restaurant according to my Airbnb hosts, so here I am. I had Italian 2 nights ago. I hope it's just as good or even better. Better is gonna be tough to beat.